We are live officially. We're live. The Michael Bernoff Show, real answers, real questions in real time. So I want to welcome everybody who's joining us right now. This is Michael Bernoff. I am the host of the Michael Bernoff Show, where we're going to show you how to get real answers to the things you're working for in your life, making things happen. You get my co-host here, Jaden Easton.
What's up, everybody? I'm excited, Michael. I feel like this is a long time coming, this show. I mean, you've talked to me about this for a while now, and to see it come into fruition today, it's a really exciting thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be great, and it's fascinating because I get asked all the time. People ask people all the time. They got questions, they want answers, and they want the answer now, and they want something that's gonna work and make a difference. And instead of limiting that to just our events and someone catching me somewhere, let's give it to the world. Let's share. So amazing, our team, you get an opportunity to put this together. And again, if you're joining the show right now, a couple things I wanted to say to everybody who is joining us right now. A couple things you want to do. Number one is, if you are new to our world and you do want to ask a question, there are ways to ask questions, right?
There are. This is an interactive show. This isn't a one.
This isn't just watch us. We want to talk to you, right? We want to definitely talk to you. So a couple things you can do, and anything I don't cover, they can make certain to do. So you can go to michaelbernoff.com/ask. And what happens? They get a link.
Exactly. If you go to michaelbernoff.com/ask, you'll be able to submit your question. Then you'll be given access to the private Zoom line, where when we switch to Ask Michael Anything mode, you'll be able to actually come on and have a chance to interact with you live.
Awesome. Put me on the spot. Like, literally, I'm excited to get put on the spot. And the questions, we were debating what the questions could be. Literally anything. We're obsessed. We live in a world right now that is obsessed with this idea that being like everyone else and being average is normal. And we work with entrepreneurs. I work with highly effective people who want to make a difference in the world. They don't like that idea. So if you've got above average thoughts, if you've got above average ideas, if you've got above average things that you want to do, and you're looking for not just advice, you're looking for direction and guidance and real answers in real time, I'd love to give them to you. So anything that'll help you with your business, your life, your family, bring them up. And after 25 years, I have a few answers for you that I'd love to share. You also could text in 480-800-8051. I'm going to give you right now 480-800-8051. I'll give you one more time, 480-800-8051.
Yep, text in ask. It's on the screen right now, so you can see that, and you'll get sent the link. And we got a ton of people tuning in here, Michael. We got Ron Reed from Missouri.
Nice, Ron. Welcome, Ron.
We got Judy from New Jersey.
2 states, Judy, my hometown.
We got Craft Life Radio from Colorado.
Welcome.
And we have a bunch more people tuning in here. So if you can see us, hear us, let us know you're excited
in the comments,
in the chat, and we'll give you guys some shout outs throughout the show. Michael, this is the first kickoff episode. Yep. You're the best-selling author of the book Average Sucks. So I thought, what better way to kick this off than to just talk about that philosophy a little bit? Because what does average sucks mean to you? Because it means more than just that slogan. Yeah,
and what a great way to activate your day. Whatever time you're live with us, great time to listen to it. Average sucks is something that I've been feeling for a long period of time. And when people hear the slogan, it's polarizing. Some people, I walk through the airport, man, I get shocked sometimes. People point like this, they look at that shirt, and I'm like, what are they going to say? And so many people go, man, I love that. I agree. Yeah. I totally agree. I double agree. Or average double sucks. Like, I literally will get that everywhere I go. You've traveled with me, you've seen it. And what's fascinating about it is it isn't about being better than others. And this is what most people think competition is like, I've got to be better than other people.
Right.
Average sucks is a commitment to not settle for your average and to go for your best while you're here in the world. And I'm telling you, most people, you get that feeling inside where man, I know I could do more.
Right.
Like, the majority of the people listening to this right now, and the majority of people that would want to be here, what they're saying to themselves is, man, I'm super talented. I got this vision in my life of how I could be and what I should be. I'm working my butt off. I'm working hard. I'm a good person. Why are the results not adding up? It's because your average is dominating your actions. And the above average, the place that you want to be and the thing that you want to do for the life that you're looking for, is not controlling what it is that you want. So average sucks is a battle cry. It's not a slogan.
It's a philosophy.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah,
it's a philosophy, and it's a lifestyle, and it stops you from playing small in your tracks. You're sitting there lifting weights. I don't know if I could do anymore. Shut up, average sucks, right? You're sitting there
Right.
and you're like, do I buy that? You know what? If
Right.
it's right and it made sense, don't be average. Go for what you want. And that is what we're looking to do, is to arm a generation of people. I feel like Fight Club right now, but arm a generation of human beings that do not want to be like everybody on social media and be just like everybody else. That are like, I want to be the best version of me. That's average sucks.
That's big, because I remember when I first heard it, I was like, oh yeah, like average, mediocrity, like I'm not that, but it's so much deeper than that. It's a willingness to admit that, even the top performers that you work with, the CEOs, the athletes, the household names people would know, they admit that in themselves they have an average and they want to move past that. Why do you think, though, that it is that, you'll move past your average, and then there's this, like, it's easy to, like, settle again. Like, this is a lifestyle, average sucks. What do you tell the people that you coach so that they actually live their life in a way that they're constantly raising their average, instead of like, okay, so I've overcome that new average and then now I just like settle again?
Yeah, you're definitely going to want to hear this. And the majority of the people listening, everybody's got somebody in their life that for some reason is playing smaller than they're capable of being. And the biggest challenge that we have, it's a psychological thing that we deal with. And it's funny, when you hear the word psychology, you freak out sometimes and you say to yourself, like, I know that I got to do something different. I've got to be more effective at what I'm doing. Where I say it's psychological is, there's a time in our lives where we say to ourselves, I want to be more, I want to do more, and I want to become more. And if you've experienced that before, be real. Like, give it a like, give it a comment. Let us know. Because if I'm wrong after 25 years, I want to know right now so I can stop repeating myself. And what happens is, we get pissed off one day. And this is where most life transformation happens. We get pissed off. We get broken up with. Our business fails. We get fired. We get frustrated. We get mad. We look at our body. We're like, I'm not where I want to be. We look at our bank account. We get mad. And we say, I'm going to change something. And in this peak state, while we're fired up and excited, that's where transformation happens. Transformation's like a quick thing. It's like, you get mad, you get bothered. That's why when people come on live, it's a transformational experience. They come on, they speak in front of thousands of people, eventually tens of thousands that watch the show, and you make a decision for what you want to do. But this is the trick. If 5 years ago you got frustrated and said you were going to change things and you took action and you did,
right?
Well, 5 years later, you're probably where you wanted to be, where you wanted to be. And most people aren't really good at their English. They wanted to be here, but where do you want to be now? So it's a continual progress, and it frustrates people because they go, man, I worked so hard. I got here. I'm here right now. What am I doing? Why am I not? And as callers come in later, we're going to discuss this a lot. It is a common theme. It doesn't have an exact common answer for each person individually, but it's a common theme. And if I could draw it on paper, it would go like 1, 2, 3. You wanted to change.
Yeah.
You did. You should be satisfied with where you're at, but you're not. But God gave us this great gift called we can become more. And if we answer the call and we say, I want more, whatever it is, your hero's journey, whatever it is you're going for, then you're going to live a life. You're one of us that says average sucks, and you're going to go for the next round. So I believe most frustration comes in because we actually got what we wanted, not because we're not getting it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, if you haven't read the book yet, Average Sucks. You wrote this. How many years ago did you write this?
That is a funny story. So I wrote that book. It was done in this. I don't think I've ever shared this with anybody here. So this book, I wrote this 2019. It was finished. It was supposed to go live. Publisher calls me and goes, there's an issue. And I said, well, what do you mean there's an issue? And listen to how crazy the world is. And I was mad too. Like, at first, you got to sometimes just settle yourself. But right. He goes, I just got off the plane. I finished reading your book. I said, well, what do you mean you got off the plane? You didn't, like, you read my book? The publisher, you got thousands of books you're putting out. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And he goes, there's a problem. I said, what happened? He goes, well, first call, you're not the first call I made. The first call I made is I fired the editor. I go, what happened?
Okay.
He goes, there were 62 issues in the book, and I couldn't put out a book called Average Sucks with that. The book was about to go live February 28th, 2000. Now, when I heard that in December, I was bothered because I wanted the book to go live beginning of the year.
Right.
Well, a couple days later, you and I both know the whole world shut down. So the book didn't wind up coming up till May. So that little challenge that I thought was actually a blessing. The book came out in 2020, May. I think it was May 26, 2020, and about 65,000 copies are all over the world right now. And I've had people tell me that with the book, they said just owning it and having it on their nightstand reminds them, don't be weak. Yeah. It's a battle cry.
It's an anchor to this philosophy.
It's written for people with ADD, and I say that because when I wrote it, the guy goes like, "Hey, do you want a book that makes you look cool, or do you want one that people actually read that helps them?" So it's written for people that actually will sit down, read. You'll wind up on page 1 to page 70 like in a matter of seconds. And the reason it's so powerful is it will wake up that part of your mind. It's designed with neuroscience in mind. It wakes up that part of your mind to stop playing small.
Okay. Well, this is really good. We're going to get into the calling questions in just a second. I have one more question for you about the
I'm ready for the question. Ready for them.
Philosophy. I'm excited for the questions too. Again, if we can put that on the screen, we have a few people in the chat that are asking how do they get the call-in number.
Dude, let's
go. Again,
go.
michaelbernoff.com/ask. And then there's details on the screen on how you can shortly join the call-in line for an opportunity to ask a question.
I can't get everyone today. Be an ongoing show. The show's about an hour, and I'm definitely going to take, what do you think, 5-6 questions we can take today?
Yeah, we'll take about 5
minimum.
questions.
So get in the queue. Quality questions, quality answers. Get in the queue. michaelbernoff.com/ask or text in 480-800-8051. Ask.
All right, my last question for you, and I think this will be really valuable for everyone watching, is like, what are some things that average people say versus you've worked with the top performers? There's a difference. There's differences in how they communicate, the words that they use. You're really big on NLP and words. What are just like a couple things, like as somebody's moving forward throughout their show today, where it's like, okay, I should stop saying this and replace it with this, or like what's something that they can carry forward to raise their average today?
So the biggest thing I would say for people to do is, number one, there's internal dialogue and external dialogue. And if everybody could write that down right now, if you're watching this, you're driving, whatever it is, listening later, write it down. Internal dialogue and external dialogue. A lot of times people hear people and they will say to them, and I go direct to this camera, correct? So a lot of people, what happens is they'll look at people and they'll go, man, that guy's a good communicator. And the way that they look at the way that they communicate is they look at them in a way of, that guy's a good talker, that guy's a good speaker, that guy's a good intelligent person. I'm less concerned with the external dialogue and more concerned with the internal. So high performers that produce results, not potential high performers, they communicate with themselves very specifically. I'm committed. Here's how it works. Let's go. Next, they use a different dialogue. The challenge is people that are not where they want to be, they use that different language with themselves. So you have to look at it like, if I'm going to get somebody to do something, the best way to do it, am I using that same technology on myself? So wishy-washy language, one of the big things I teaches, I'll make it simple, loser language and solution-based communication. And people that speak based on, I'm here to solve this and make it better, is different than, I really don't care if I win or lose. And if you don't care if you win or lose, you've actually destined to lose. We only say things like, I don't care if I win or lose, out of being scared, lacking confidence.
That's really good. Another really big one, then we'll get into the questions, that you taught me that I've really taken is, instead of saying like, how do they do that? Because everyone here has someone that they look up to in business, in life. And, before meeting you, I used to say like, well, how do they do that? How do they do that? And now I ask myself a slightly different question. Do you want to tee that up really quick?
Yeah, I mean, that's big. I mean, if you ever see anybody, you see a top performer, you see anybody do anything absolutely incredibly well, the majority of people, we got to teach our kids not to do this, and your teams. When you see somebody do something well, it could be a guy that builds a funnel in business where you're like, oh my God, that funnel is absolutely amazing. How do they do that? Or when I was a kid, Gen Xer, Michael Jordan. Oh my God, how does he score 900 points in a game? How does Wayne Gretzky get 1,000 goals? I promise you, Alex Ovechkin, who now is the #1 goal scorer in the NHL, beat Wayne Gretzky for that in the last year or so. Not going to compare players. He didn't say, how did Wayne do that? He said, how can I do that? So we need to train our children and the people in our lives, and mainly our inner child of ourselves, to not just put people on a pedestal, to literally say, how, first off, great job. This guy's incredible. They did something awesome. Give them kudos. Oh my God, they're amazing. They're great. They put in the work. They're awesome. But the next thing is, how can I actually do that? And as you listen to the callers calling in today, it's not just about them. It's going to be about you. You're going to hear solutions. You might listen like, well, how does Michael come up with answers like that? Better question. How can I do that? It doesn't mean you're going to do it immediately, but it's going to reframe your brain differently, because when you say, how do I, it makes your brain look for answers. When you outside of they, it looks for stories. Think about that. You don't want a story.
Right.
You want a solution. Right. So I'm excited about these questions. I think we got to give them one more time to about the questions. And then those of you that are on the channel right now on YouTube, take a second, subscribe and share. If you got a couple seconds, subscribe, find that little share button, put this out somewhere. This is going to be super cool. So my objective of this, we said it earlier, is real questions.
Real questions from real people.
For real people with real answers that offer real solutions in real time. And no editing, just literally just give this out to the world and we'll get rocking. So we got our tech teams working on this for days, got things popping up on the screen, and let's go.
Yeah, we're just about ready here. So if you want to join the show line, ask to 480-800-8051. We'll put it on the screen, or michaelbernoff.com/ask. It's great to see some engagement for people all over the world. We're going to get into the question portion in just a second. We got Glowman from Denver, Colorado.
Denver.
Jeffrey Edwards from Rhode Island. We got Aaron from New Mexico. We got a bunch of people tuning in from all over the world. So
welcome, everyone.
Great to see
you. Welcome. And take a second, grab that share link, post it on the wall, wake up somebody's day. There's so much negativity on, I don't know, negative's not the word. There's so much like news out there, just nonsense. Like who's blowing up who. And I'm not saying this stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let people have some
informed.
Positive. Stay informed. Let someone else inform you. But dude, why don't you interrupt someone's feed right now and give them some real answers to the things they want? So
the world really does encourage you to play small, though, and that we want this to be a pocket every week where you could be reminded that no, that's an average way of thinking, and we're here to raise your average. And just like Michael said, the hardest thing you can do is fight your environment. Get other people on this show with you so that you're raising your average together. So share this, get them on. All right. Well, Michael, without further ado, let's get into some live viewer questions. So first up, we're going to have Ian Vasquez tuning in locally here, actually, from Arizona. We're broadcasting from Scottsdale, Arizona. So we're going to feature a local here first. So if we could have the team unmute Ian Vasquez, we're going to send you an unmute request, Ian. And as long as you're out here and ready to go, we're gonna feature your question.
We got Ian.
Do you hear me?
I do. I hear you perfectly. What's going on, Ian?
What an honor. Thank you for taking my question.
100%. First question, first show ever. So better make it good. No pressure.
I'll try my best. My question was that, honestly, Mike, I've had some amount of success at actually accomplishing, the major goal, which for me was establishing a business that's kind of self-sufficient and can run without me. And to a large degree, that's happened. When I took your seminar, I took to heart this idea of starting goals but not finishing them. That in the past has been something that I've started a lot of projects and gotten stalled out midway. So I've been really selective about starting out on a new major life goal. And that's kind of my question, Mike, of like, do you ever work with people who maybe are feeling a little flat or uncertain about where to go after accomplishing a major goal? And what do you recommend for, getting re-energized and set on your next goal, and also selective about those?
Yeah, this is a great question. And this comes up a lot. So would you consider yourself, I'm going to ask a question, comparably to the majority of the world, would you consider yourself extremely successful, worked hard, got lucky? How would you bucket yourself if you were to, you're a modest guy, I can tell by your language, yet how would you compare yourself to the other people? Like, what would you say?
Well, I give myself credit for putting in years of hard work. I think I do work hard, and but I do count myself as extremely lucky. Like I feel like, especially in the last few years, a few things have fallen into place. I put myself in position to receive good luck. But
now, do you use the word luck or do you say the word blessed? And the reason I'm going to ask the difference, and again, this isn't a religious thing. Blessed and luck are two different things. Luck is like Vegas. Blessed is like spiritual or whatever it means to you. Would you consider yourself blessed or lucky? Because language is everything.
Blessed. I'm sorry, the former. Blessed. I feel like I'm
so
very
pretty blessed. You got a family, right? You got kids. You got stuff going on. You're blessed with what's going on. So you worked really hard to get what it is that you want, correct?
Yes.
And do you feel like you got everything from that? Meaning, like, did you get the success, the notoriety, the money, everything? Like, if you were to stop now and nothing had to change, your economics didn't have to change, and literally it just continued and everything, your life as is, and you were just paid for what it is you did through the end of time, would you be satisfied?
No. I want to have purpose in life that I'm doing every single day. So it's great to have accomplished what I've accomplished, but I still want to feel engaged and
Got it.
like I'm doing something meaningful.
Now, if you watched what your face did, if anybody watching this, can they see me and them they see me on the line?
They're just seeing.
Okay, they're seeing me. So I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at Ian right now, and he doesn't realize that. I'm looking right at him. And we'll figure out, we add that later. And I'm looking right at you right here on the show, big screen, 100-foot thing. And what's interesting about this, Ian, is that when you said the word purpose, your face lit up. And it happens a lot, purpose-driven life. People need to have a purpose. You've got to have a purpose. I've got to have a purpose. I believe our purpose changes over time. And the reason we're doing things, because when we first start business, our natural business plan originally is, if you think about when you originally got started, it really was to survive and make that business work, correct?
Totally.
And then eventually it was to sustain, correct?
Yeah.
And then eventually it was, let's build something really cool, correct?
I think that's where I'm trying to get now. Yeah.
Oh, got it. So
like survival, sustain, like we definitely sustain. Now it's like trying to.
Okay. So
build
your
something great.
original motivation came from just wanting to survive, and you busted your butt and you did it. I don't think you have interest in going back there, do you? Where you have to like throw everything away, throw the baby out with the bathwater, and literally go back to you having a problem again. And that's what most of us think. So our natural tendency of human beings is to consider that the way that we got here is the way we have to get where we want to go. I get asked a question for you, Ian. When is the last time that you checked in with Ian today? Not how Ian got here. And literally checked in with Ian today and go, what does a man at this age, how old are you right now, Ian?
46.
I can ask a 46-year-old man this. If you were a woman, you'd be 29, right? But a man, you're 46 years old. You've achieved a ton. What does that guy want to do with his life? So I hear this a lot. My question more aligned is, I'm excited to explore this with you even more down the road, is what does Ian in his life truly want based on where Ian is now? Like, when is the last time you talked to Ian now? Ian's bank account now, Ian's family now, the age of your kids now, the age of your marriage now, all the crap you've been through. Because I know you were married, it doesn't go perfect all the time. We have things up and down. The guy that's been through that, the guy that's been through loss. What does that guy want? And do you talk to that guy much? Because it sounds crazy. Like, of course I talk to myself. But a lot of us, we think there's a starting business Ian, and there's an Ian currently.
Yeah, I think I do. I think but the conversation doesn't always conclude. It's kind of like I talk to myself, but I don't necessarily come to conclusions on those exact questions that you just threw out there.
Well, let me just give it to you this way. I don't think you have a great relationship with the current Ian. I think you have a great relationship with the one that you used to beat on back in the day to get him here. The one you'd go, and the current one is a different relationship. It's like, if you were to look at a father and a son relationship, I have daughters, I don't have sons, but I picture a father-son relationship. And I picture it like at the beginning, you're tough, you got to make it happen. Then eventually, I mean, I don't drink, but it's like being on a boat. You're now 46 years old, you're with your dad on a boat, you're having a beer. Does that make sense? You've got to be the guy with your current self. Go, you know what do we want to do now? It's a different language, not what do we have to do? Oh my God, we got to do it. It's like, dude, we're really good. What do we actually want to do now? So it's really building a relationship with your current self. And this is one of the challenges people come into. We want to go back to where we were versus, dude, I spent so long to build this self. What does this guy want to do? I'll give you a little metaphor, and then we'll move on here. Michael Jordan, in this part of his career, if he just wanted to do business with anybody, he could, because he's produced it already. Right. Michael Jordan's way he would do business today is very different than how he'd make the NBA. You're trying to make the NBA again or figure out how to do it versus like, dude, look what I put in. I have built all of this. So here's my preparation for you, because I don't believe in homework. I want you to write down 5 things that you literally have given yourself, that you've established for yourself. I have built financial stability. I have built a relationship that works. Whatever I'm not going to give any more than that. And then from that position, I want you to make the decisions of where you want to go. Does this answer the beginning of your question and start the quest?
Yeah, that's very helpful.
Yep. And start there.
Thank you.
Real answers, real things. Let's make a real difference. So Ian, appreciate you being on. I'm excited to continue to work with you and help you out through the process. And yeah, that's a big thing that comes up a lot for people is they want to go to the next stage. They want to go to the next step, but they're asking the wrong version of themselves.
Which
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome, Ian.
On this,
yep.
Yeah.
I'm excited to continue with you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Who's next? What do we got? Anything you want to establish on that? If you got any wins from what it is you just heard?
Yeah, let's get some takeaways. I want to do some takeaway shout outs. If that resonated with you, let us know in the comments. And I want to take some shout outs from people interacting with us all over the world on YouTube Live, which is really, really exciting. This kind of reminds me, the Winter Olympics just happened, and obviously figure skating has a close place to your heart. And you can look at Ilya, who's incredible. I mean, they call him. You saw him.
You saw him. We had those seats on the ice. You were like 3 feet away from the guy doing a backflip.
Yeah, last year we got to meet Ilya, see him in person, which was so cool. And he did great at the Olympics. But you can compare him though to Alyssa Liu, right? Who had a little bit of a different mindset, and a little bit of a different performance when it mattered. Do you want to share a little bit of the conversation that we had on maybe why Alyssa, skated the way that she did during her final versus, Ilya, who had some great performances, but crumbled a little bit during, I think it was like the
pressure.
Doing the free skate.
They call it pressure.
Right. Yeah. What was because this kind of goes back to this conversation in terms of how they were thinking.
Yeah, I believe, actually I'm certain of this, Ilya was trying to prove something, and he had something to prove. So he was going to go out there and he goes, I'm going to prove this. My first time here, I'm going to something to prove. It was her first time, but it was something, I'm going to prove this thing. I'm going to make it happen. And that will get you to a certain point. Alyssa decided I was already there and I'm going to do what needs to get done. He believed in himself. He's one of the best skaters in the issue. Is the best skater in the world. I would say technically 99% of the time outside of that one day. So the difference maker for most people is it's the decision. And I would break it down into 2 categories. Number one is I have something to prove, and that will get you to a certain place. Number one is I've already proved it to myself. I'm just now going to perform. And we should never have a day in our life that we haven't actually lived prior. He decided that his goal, his outcome, is what we talked about, was to get there.
Yes.
Hers was I'm going to perform well there and the secondary win, meaning this is the part.
Thinking past
Ian literally got himself here. Ian just never set goal number 2. It was like in his mind, he was thinking it. Ian can let me know later, reach out to the company and let us know. But he wanted to get here. He didn't go one step past. And the best example I can give is when I call it the second biggest win, it isn't just getting the gold medal. It's the notoriety afterwards. I mean, she got signed by Nike. I was one of the first people to hear about that. One of her people let me know she got signed by Nike. It was just Lewitt instead of just do it. And the reason is it's the secondary thing. So everybody just wants to get to it. Remember this, folks. We always stop short of what we're capable of, and not in a bad way. We're creatures that avoid, and we do less than we're going to do. We've been doing it our entire lives. If we know we're going to do less, we have to go for more. So I'm not saying Ian needed to have done this, but if he would have set stage 3 and 4 in advance, he would have built it like a plan. That man is a machine. You could see it in his eyes. He's a machine. He just got to here versus there. Ilya, he just wanted to get to the Olympics. She wanted to perform well at the Olympics and bring home the gold. And that is a very difference. One might say it, the other one acted like it.
That's really big. Yeah. So Ian, appreciate that. You remind me of that conversation. So wanted to bring that up. And
he's going to be the next Olympic gold medalist in business. Yeah.
Let's see it, Ian. Well, we're getting a lot of love on YouTube. It's great to see everyone's interactions here. Let's take the second caller. Let's go with Dr. Debbie Bright from Missouri. If we can have the team unmute Dr. Debbie Bright, and we'll do that thing too.
Perfect. I don't see our screen. So Debbie, Missouri? Are you in Missouri?
Well, I'm in San Diego, but I'm from Missouri.
I got it. Welcome to the show. Guest number 2. What is your question?
Yeah, Michael. So my question has to do with taking action, but it's more around like initiating specifically. Like I would say most people would put me in the high performer category. Like I'm a doctor, I'm very fit at the age of 40. And I know why those things exist. And it's because in those areas I've had, external accountability and
validation from others.
Well, yeah, it's just showing up to others. Like I have my trainer in place. I have for years. It's like non-negotiable. When I was going through chiropractic school and working on my master's in nutrition, it was like the external structure was set, the hard deadlines, the pressure, and I can perform there. But if it's some kind of mundane task, or maybe even if it is something I want to do, maybe I do want to do my pole training, but I'm kind of struggling to find the energy there. And I know people have labels, I'm like the ADD minus the H part, right? The inattentive or the chronic fatigue or whatever we want to call it. But if we get past that, it still doesn't,
So what is
How
the
do I-
question exactly? And this is what it sounds like, folks, out loud. As we continue the show, this is what it sounds like out loud. We're processing the question, and some people say, oh, he's rude, he's cutting people off. My outcome is to get her real answers in real time. So if you were to ask the question, I got the backstory, you're successful, you do things well, and there's one thing you do well, and there's other mundane things that are not motivating you, correct? Like, not motivating you just don't do them with ease. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. It's like struggling to get started.
Okay. So ask me the exact question.
Yeah. How do I shift the pattern of like not wanting to do something or delaying taking action or delaying getting started? Because like once I'm in the performance, I'm there, but it's just, it's getting started. That's the struggle.
So number one is stop being here. And when I say stop being here, it's one of the things I tell people, especially when I work at peak performance. You've seen this before. I'll work with a UFC fighter before they walk into the ring. I'll be the last voice that they hear. I have clients that do incredible speeches, like people everybody knows. And I am the last minute they call me from someone else's phone, never their phone, because they want to get like not a pep talk, but they want to get systematically, they want to get pepped up for what it is they're doing. The reason I bring this up is when you have something that you aren't getting yourself to do, it is a languaging thing inside of ourselves. So the first thing we need to work on is our actual language about what we want. So I want to go back here and ask, like, what gets you to do the thing that you need to do? Well, you said there's a certain group of tasks you do automatically, correct?
Yeah, like if there's a hard deadline, if there's pressure.
Yep. It isn't pressure.
Accountability.
You think it's the pressure, it's not. What it is you've got a formula. And I'm going to lay out the formula, no different than leadership. We need to learn how to lead our own lives. And that's one thing people need to do. And you'll write this down, a very, very simple formula. I've been talking to Jaden about this the other day. And all three words start with A. And I want you to write this down. Number one is you need to know the assignment. Do you understand the assignment? The assignment. Clean the desk. What are the plants? It sounds crazy. This is, folks, I would literally explain this to someone about to go on stage. Your assignment is to do blank. Number two is the accountability. When does this need to be done by and why? You're going to have to literally write this down, because if not, you skate the issue. You don't actually have the conversation, because you know in your mind, if you got somewhere to be, I got clients I work with, they're cutting weight for wrestling or for a bodybuilding show. Yeah. And they're like, there's a deadline. So number one is we actually have to give ourselves deadlines. And number three is we've got to give ourselves the authority to do it. And so it's three words, authority. Authority is, I can actually do this. I'm choosing to do this. Here is the assignment, and here is the accountability. I'm going to give myself till 3:00 to get this done. Challenge is, you don't give yourself the full assignment. It's out there, versus you take the task, take the trash to the curb. I know you're not talking about take the trash to the curb, but let's just say it's read 10 pages in a book for continued education credits as a doctor. Let's say it's that. You want to keep your chiropractic license or whatever it is. You would literally say, very, very simply, you would say, in yourself, assignment, read these 10 pages. You would then give accountability by Friday at 3:00. I have the authority to do this. I'm going to allow myself to do it. The second you give yourself that, it's the same thing other people need. And the other thing you've got to recognize about yourself, Debbie, you're very goal-oriented, okay? You like to set big goals. What you haven't gotten great at is being really great at achieving little things and being okay with that, because you like the big hit, not the small hit. And it's the little hit that makes the difference. So there's two types of people. There's goal-oriented and task-oriented. You're going to have to become more task-oriented. And you're going to have to become a person that gives yourself a task, does this, because Ian, who was on the show a couple seconds before you, I could just look at him and I could tell, dude likes tasks, man. The guy's got big goals, but he also likes tasks. I don't think you've ever developed yourself as a task person. You've developed yourself as a goal person. So predominantly you're trying to use a goal effect on a task project. So I don't know if I'd want to use the word task, but I would very, very simply just give yourself the authority to go, I absolutely can do this. I'm capable of doing this. Here's my assignment, and here is my accountability. And the accountability is not coming from someone else. You're going to give it to yourself. And that is as simple to do as that. It's not sexy, the answer, but it is something we all need to get better at.
Okay.
Does that give you your answer?
It does. And it helps me realize that we only get to the big outcomes and the big goals by the little things being in place in the first place.
How cool is it that you just realize you're just really not good at, like, there's little thing not good at up till now. There's some things you haven't done. And there's one of my favorite words, up until now, you've never put this in play. Do it for a week. You will be amazed. Sheet of paper, I would literally write it down. I'm going to get some pads made with the AAA on it. Yeah. And it's like AAA Automotive. Call when an emergency. You know, I'm picturing flashbacks like getting your car towed. So, Dr. Debbie, thank you. I'm thrilled to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
People love that. A couple standout phrases that people are saying on YouTube Live, getting some shout outs here to the people watching. I've already proven it to myself. I'm now just going to perform.
That's the thing. I mean, we need to perform. It's the littlest things we've got to get great at. It's the littlest things that make all of the difference, even the littlest tweaks. Like, I love doing trainings. I love doing Zooms.
Yep.
The reason I love this format, it puts me in my element. I love being on the spot. I never knew who we're going to talk to. I don't know what they're going to tell me or whatever it is here on the show. And it's the littlest shifts that make the difference. One thing we also, our team set up is if you're enjoying the show and you want to get updates on the show down the road and get involved, you want to text to 480-800-8051. You want to text the word show, is that correct?
Just show.
Show.
Yep.
Same number, show, and we will give you updated on this. And we're going to do a lot of this down the road. So this forces us to come up with new content, new material, and help people in a bigger way. I've already covered two things that I do not cover regularly. So what's next?
We're going to have another caller here in just a second. Let us know your takeaways in YouTube. The more interactive you're on YouTube, the more we want to shout you out, the more we'll even like interact with you in the YouTube chat. Yep. So being sure you're dropping takeaways. The assignment and accountability authority, though, a lot of people are loving that. So we'll have to do something with that.
Let's do a whole show.
Yep.
And we're going to have, over the course of the next weeks, we've talked about this, is we're going to be putting shows together that literally are topic driven. It's different specific things that we're gonna work on. This one, it's fascinating. We got two high performers. A guy runs a ridiculous successful company.
Right.
Ian, got a doctor, and we're moving into having the same challenge on a regular basis. So who's next?
Next up, we have Ed O'Keefe.
Ed.
And Ed is tuning
Ed
in from Chicago. So our team is going to get Ed on the line here in just a second. And yeah, while you guys are listening here, let us know in the show too what topics you'd like to see us cover on the YouTube chat. And Ed should be coming on here in just a second. You got us, Ed?
Oh, I'm here. I'm
Ed,
here.
how are you, Ed?
Yeah. What's up, brother? I'm actually in Louisville. My team plays in like 2.5 hours.
Nice. You personally or kids?
The kids that I coach.
Okay, good.
Includes my daughter.
All right. Well, Coach Ed, thrilled that you're here. Thrilled that you showed up today. So we got a question for them, you as a coach or you as a person?
Oh, well, I mean, I put in one that was more about your origin story, but I got you now, so I'm actually going to ask you a question about me.
You can ask me. I know you. I've known you a while. I know you could easily be the marketing guy and just throw me a question. I just want to help you.
Yeah. So currently where I'm at, you know a lot about my
they don't. So you can tell a little.
Yeah. So I've been in direct response marketing 27 years. Ran my own coaching and consulting and businesses very successfully in niches. One of my clients currently is having just a really hockey stick moment upwards. That is not where I want to be unless it like some of that relationship changes. Because what you asked Ian was very clear. So where I want to be is publishing my book, getting back on stages, doing my pathway, and that might be with him. We'll see. Depends on the arrangement. How do you compartmentalize? I'm just going to ask you my language. I'll let you do your work. How would I
good job.
Get and I love the assignment part. It was great language, the great feedback. It hit me directly of just getting really freaking crystal clear on whether it's 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, being like, this is where Ed's just gonna dominate his goals while still being over delivering for my clients. So that's not an either or. It still has to happen right now. So that because I felt like I've been like trapped in this cycle of I want to keep over delivering for others, but I find myself putting myself in like third spot on the daily, and so
I want to stop you right there. And you're a master of over delivering for others. You're a good guy. How many kids do you have?
7.
You got to be over delivering for others. You're like that movie. What's that movie where they lived in Chicago with Cheaper by the Dozen? He's cheaper by like the half dozen, this guy. And
that was true. Yeah. That was true in the 80s. I think they changed the rules.
Yeah, I totally get it. So you said something a couple seconds ago, and I'm a guy that understands language. Everything in our life is controlled by our language, by the words we use, how we do what it is we do. And you said that you are something to the version of I'm committed to helping others, or what did you say a couple seconds ago? There was a couple words.
Yeah, I think I said I'm committed to keep making sure I over deliver.
Over deliver. Okay. So you over deliver for other people, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Putting them before my own
Totally
priorities.
good. And I don't think you've ever said in your life that I over deliver for myself. And over delivering can be split in half. I'm still not going to stop over delivering because right now it's an auto program you have. I could never get you to stop over delivering. Nobody could stop you. Your wife couldn't stop you. Your friends couldn't stop you. Nobody could ever stop you from doing it. That is auto program, correct?
Yes.
You would know what to do. You would never leave a piece of trash on the ground, would you? You just pick it up and throw it away. You'd double coach. You'd stay longer. You'd work with the kids. No one's ever going to stop you from over delivering for others, are they?
Correct.
You've never even considered over delivering for yourself and what that even looks like. So if you were to over deliver for Ed, no different than Debbie going, man, I've mastered this. Well, she's got a whole nother bucket called Debbie's not great at tasks. What would over delivering look like for Ed if you were to actually over deliver for yourself? I didn't mean work harder. I don't mean do more. I don't mean over commit. If you were to over deliver for yourself, what would that do? Because I kept on not giving myself a gift of this show because I kept on doing trainings, doing what everybody else was doing, and doing the same thing. This is my format. This is where I'm my best, and I wasn't giving myself this gift. So part of over delivering is God gave you a gift to be here to deliver for these amazing kids and your family, your children, your everything going on. I don't think you've given yourself the gift to allow yourself to have this. And it's a gift of language. It's a gift of over delivering with words. It's an over deliver. So here's the deal. I would say I've got a book I'm working on. Is it a book you're working on? You said a book or something? You said something.
Yes. Yeah.
So when are you going to give yourself the gift? Like, here's something I'm committed to sharing with the world. Here's something I want to give myself. This matters to me. This matters to my soul. This matters to what's going on. Like, when is the last time you've allowed yourself to have that feeling? As uncomfortable as that is the difference maker of the guy that's able to do things for himself and for his family and for his community.
That's right.
Because think of the word DR. Direct response is like doctor, DR. You directly are responding to other people, but you're directly not responding to your own 3 o'clock fire or 3-alarm fire that's going on inside of you. So my objective today, that it doesn't solve the answer, it gives you a different perspective. And I would say is learning to give yourself this gift. And it's an amazing gift of, you know what? I'm going to over deliver for me. I'm actually going to give me even more than I ask for. I'm going to allow myself to have a seat at that table. And if you read your text deep enough, that's actually what we're supposed to be doing so we can be a better version for the people we love and care about. How does that sit with you? Because I promise you've never heard it that way before.
Yeah, I love it. And when I saw you doing this live today, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like jealous that Michael's doing that, because that's what I want to be doing for my own stuff. And
no, the difference is you want to be doing it. I'm giving myself this gift today. I woke up this morning so excited, so enthusiastic, woke up my team. They're excited. The greatest gift I gave our team was I decided to be fully me and do this. And I'm going to tell you, if you want your kids, your family to be fully alive, they need the full version of you, not the BS version. And the BS version is the guy that knows how to make money, knows how to direct response, and lives in the past. And one of my mentors taught me, you can keep on telling your story about the past, but the only thing we need to do with the past, one of my mentors taught me this very, very simple words, is to laugh at it or to learn from it and leave it where it is. There's 3 L's again. So laugh at what you did up till now, learn from it so you can grow, and leave it there, because right now, you want your team, your kids, your family to feel super alive. You want these kids, it's your daughter's team?
Yeah, it's my daughter's team.
You want them to be lit up? You light yourself up. So get your own candle, light that thing. No more half-assed Ed, only double cheek Ed. No, not one cheek, double cheek Ed. Got it?
Yes, brother. Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. Go use this. And if you're watching this right now and you're finding this useful, I'd love to hear in the comments what's going on, because the biggest shift is real answers are not solving it. And when you come to the show, you don't want it solved. We need new direction. You don't solve things in life. How boring would it be to solve everything? If we solved this in 2 seconds and instantly, he'd go create a new challenge. It is a new adventure. He's going to go on a new adventure. How can I literally over deliver and over serve Ed some of the times? That's big. That's big. And that is less ego involved. And that's literally building true confidence. And that is the game.
So good. Appreciate you, Ed. All right, guys, let us know your top takeaway or two from the conversation. We're going to do another 1 to 2 questions. So we're not done yet. That being said, though, Michael, this is really great seeing you in your element, working with people. I mean, I already feel
I feel like we're at an event.
I already feel my state elevating. Like I'm just jacked up for the rest of the day.
And we can't do this all day. Just once a week?
Just once a week
okay.
on Fridays. That being said, though, if y'all, again, have a ton of people saying they're getting value here, do you have an event or something coming up?
Yeah. I bring that up. I literally, this is an interesting format. So Core Live is literally the conversation we were having with everybody. It's a place to go to commit. It's a gift to yourself. It is a literal gift to yourself that you can go decide that you're going to take 2.5 days. I'm the only facilitator. It's not, I don't think I use it at an event. It's not even a course. It changes the course of your life. So you walk in with ideas and concepts. You leave knowing who you are and what you're capable of and direction to actually do it. So I've been doing this for 19 years. I can't say 20 yet. It'll be 19 years. Next year, it's going to be 20 years. We've done this 40, 50 times, and it is literally designed for you to figure out what makes you do the thing. Like you told me the first time you went that you've never been to an event like that in your life, right?
You completely shattered what I thought an event was.
Oh, a bunch of speakers, right? This was like, you're the event. You're the most important person in the room, you, not me. And it's all about you. And what's fascinating about it is by the time you leave, you are very clear on the words you use, how they impact the people in your life, how to respond differently. People walk out of there, go, Michael, I don't know what you did, man. I'm not bothered anymore by my mother, my sister, my brother. I don't let that stuff hold me back. I don't even talk about alcohol in that thing. Thousands of people have quit drinking and got off drugs from the event, and the event doesn't mention it at all because they start taking responsibility and doing what needs to get done. So we do this twice a year. Next one's the 20?
April 23rd to 25th in Scottsdale, Arizona. The weather is beautiful right now. That's a plus. And
but you're beautiful too, so you've got to get there and take some action.
Exactly. And if you want more information on that, you deserve to be there. If you're on this show, there was something inside of you, that was saying, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for more. I'm ready to plant my flag. The average sucks. This is the event you got to be at. 2.5 days with Michael, April 23rd to 25th.
The people are amazing.
The people are phenomenal.
Did you make any friends from the first one you went to?
I have so many friends, and I have a circle that is thinking at the same level now, which is just also so key because, the cliche saying goes, you become the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And, if you're at the top of that, doesn't mean you have to completely let everyone go, but you do need to surround yourself with other people who are thinking like you and thinking at a high level. That's one of the main things it did for me. I went into it, thinking I was maybe going to pick up a tactic or two. And it really just hit me at such a deep level. It helped me in my inner world have more peace, more clarity. It made me a more confident individual in more situations than just business. I was really confident in business, but it made me more confident in all kinds of situations. And the best way I can describe it is it just really allowed me to have a resilient, kind of like bulletproof mindset. I've had a lot thrown at me the last year, and if it wasn't for the material that I learned from you, I don't know if I'd be here today. So my first core was October 2024, and I just can't say enough. It really did redefine what I thought an event was. So if you're expecting an event, you ain't gonna get it. If you're expecting transformation, you will get it. If you're expecting an event, you'll be disappointed. But I don't think you really want an event anyways. You've been to enough of those. So michaelbernoff.com/core live. We'll put it on the screen. You can also text core to 480-800-8051. And we'll give them a phone call. And we can talk to you about getting you there. But you deserve to be there. And if you think this is great, I mean, we've only been going for like less than an hour here. 30 minutes of questions. 30 minutes of questions. Imagine great questions. What 2.5 days with Michael and in a room full of people that are on the same wavelength of you, wavelength will do. So this is the biggest reason we do the event in this show is that nobody teaches this stuff. When I say nobody, like 9 people may teach things like this and 90 million people teach people. Like you show up your first day of school and nobody teaches you. Wouldn't it be great kindergarten? Okay, kindergarten the first year, we're going to teach you how to be happy. Year 2, we're going to teach you how to deal with a challenge at home. I don't remember those classes. I didn't. How to be successful. Like how many classes did you take on financial well-being
in 5th grade.
It's 0. I feel like I should have, but 0.
Yeah. The whole Canadian government never covered one thing. Or in where I went to school, they never covered it. So we're going to cover all the class they never did. How to feel on anytime you want, how to feel confident on will, how to actually set goals that actually work, how to think differently, how to focus anytime you need, and how to use your language to make your relationships better than they are. And that is the biggest win for people. The relationship with themselves, like Ed talked about, and the relationship with people they love, shift through language. Not buying rings and purses and cars and a Range Rover. It comes through language. All anybody is seeking is the right key of language. Day 2, we cover all that. So michaelbernoff.com/core live. You deserve to be there. We got more questions?
We got more questions. We're going to do another question or 2 before we finish up today's show. So let's go ahead and let's bring out Jennifer Wright.
Cool.
And Jennifer is calling in from Colorado. Jennifer, let us know you got us. I just sent you, our team sent you an unmute request. You out there, Jennifer?
Yep. All right, Jennifer. How you doing, Jennifer Wright from Colorado? Welcome.
From Colorado, but currently in Florida. As you can see, it's not really Colorado background.
Well, they can't see, but I can. So we'll work on that in the future. We want to make it more like a radio show, so it's great. So question for you is, how can I help you? What's going on?
Yeah, so I have a lot of big transitions happening in my life right now.
It's a common theme today. Yeah.
Yes. Selling one business that I've had for almost 10 years and taking that opportunity to transition into 2 new businesses.
Okay.
One is familiar, the other one is totally brand new. And so I am acquiring skills to maximize my influence and how I step into these new roles and through this transition.
Okay.
And so my question
So
is,
let me ask you the real question. How do you talk about this to yourself? I know you're articulating to me, you want to say this in a certain way. You want to use language that is familiar to the personal development world. How do you talk about this with Jennifer?
So it can bring up a little bit of
No,
uncertainty.
how do you actually talk about it? And the reason I ask that is, if you tell me what, you have kids?
3.
Yep. So you've got children. And what's interesting about this is you take your daughter for an example, right? Because I know you have a daughter that I've met also. And you take your daughter and you were to ask what happened today, you're going to get an edited version of what happened, especially if they're teen years, correct?
Yes.
Unedited. How do you talk to yourself? If you were to, at 3 o'clock in the morning, you wake up in the middle of the night and you talk to yourself about this, what does it sound like? I just want to hear it. You wake up, blah, blah, blah.
How in the heck am I going to do this?
Okay, very good. So your unconscious mind is searching for a plan, correct?
Yes.
And if you remember
searching for certainty.
Okay. Now, certainty doesn't drive us, or may drive us. It may drive us crazy. But you're waking up and going, I want to be certain about this. So business one that you're getting out of, you're certain how that works, correct?
Very.
Were you certain how it worked on day 1 of that business?
Had no idea.
I bet you were certain you'd figure it out.
Yes, for sure.
So you are certain you can figure things out. Your bigger question is, do I want to do this again?
Yes, because it's moving from something that's very comfortable, which, is my current average, to something that might be a little uncomfortable.
Okay. So what are these other 2 businesses? What type of businesses are they? So we can tell everybody.
So one is opening a new fitness studio in Florida, which very comfortable with that. And the other one is opening a agro and ecotourism space that, is very new to me. Okay.
So you deciding between these 2, or you're going to do both at the same time? Because you're like, I did one business to start with, now I'm going to do 2.
Going to do both at the same time.
Where's the logic, or what's the desire for that? Are they connected somehow?
No, one is, again, like opening another studio. I have another partner here in Florida that I could do that in my sleep. That's very easy. I know exactly how to do that.
So it's the agro one that's scaring you.
And that's the dream. Like, that's been the dream for a long time. And so now it's, I'm able to
and
do that.
That's the challenge right now. It's been the dream, correct? It's now reality. So when a dream becomes a reality, what happens is we actually have to do something about it. And the feelings we have about a dream is there's no real responsibility. We get to talk about it. We get a dopamine hit. We get excited. When a dream actually gets put in front of us, like you've got a chance to do it, now we actually have to perform. It's no different than when he was talking about figure skating earlier with Ilya or my hockey team, the U.S. hockey team, everyone's a U.S. hockey team. When they won, they had to actually perform what it is they need to do. So what if the challenge is that you're in a conversion stage between a dream you've always wanted to it's actually possible right now, and you're coming to grips that it's time to actually perform, and you're questioning your performance, and you're not questioning whether you can do it, you're questioning your ability to perform. Now, one of the things I said, and I got caught off track when I shared this with Debbie earlier, so I'm glad we're still on the show. When people call me and tell me they're worried, and I'm working with them prior to performance, whether it's boxing, UFC fighting, whether it's tennis, figure skating, whatever it is they're working on, I always say, like, I'm uncomfortable right now. I go, how are you going to feel after it's done? And they go, I'm going to feel great and feel powerful. Then you need to go there. The problem is you can't get any of your answers here. You need to go there. So in 3 weeks from now, when you have committed to performing the tasks, this whole show is going together in one little roll, done the assignments, did the thing you needed to do, and you've been doing it for 3 or 4 weeks, how is it really going to feel? You're not going to have that much more money. It's not going to be perfect. How is it going to feel in 3 to 4 weeks?
I think it's going to feel better because I'll have known that I've done parts of it and have, And
in 3 to 4 years after it worked out, how is that going to feel?
Oh, amazing.
You got to push
I can see that. I can see and feel that.
You need to push the dream down the line. And what I mean by that is up until now, you've just kicked the dream to this stage and now you've got to perform. Again, we always perform less than what we are going to do. Michael Jordan had bigger goals than the ones he went for. Nobody wants to talk about that. He had bigger goals. Everybody did. Wayne Gretzky wanted 1,000 goals. I'm certain he did. And he got 800 or something, whatever. Alex Ovechkin's going to retire. He wants more than he's going to get. It is. We always want more. We want more. You need to push your dream down the line a little bit. So I bet you pushed it to here to get to the point to get here. No different than Ian. We've got to skirt this thing down the line just a little farther. Are you seeing where we're going with this?
Yep.
You have it there. You can't perform in your dream. You need to push your dream farther so you can perform for it.
Got it.
And that would be where I'd start is you got to get out of here and you got to go there. We got to go 3 weeks down the road. And how do we go 3 weeks down the road? We got to get the tasks going. We've got to do the things we need to do. That's what's going to create the shifts that we need to create.
Yep, agreed.
Do you understand your assignment?
I definitely understand my assignment.
Do you understand that you are guaranteed that you're going to do this if you reposition where you are and where you make your decisions from? You're making your decision from, oh my God, is this going to work out? The funny thing is it already worked out. You already got here. That's why you're confused. Push it a little farther down the line. Start talking about 3 years from now and work your way backwards.
Yep, got it.
Done.
Thanks, Jennifer. That was really good. Let us know a takeaway or two from Jennifer's interaction.
This is really fun. I'm learning a lot about myself.
This is really big.
These are high-performing
we pay a
people.
lot of attention to, I think the food that we eat, like eating healthy, but just as important is like where are we feeding our mind? And this is just this is good mind food right here. And if you're not having these kinds of conversations on a regular basis with the people around you, then you gotta get yourself to a place where you are. So we have this show happening every Friday that you're gonna be able to tune into.
Subscribe now and share too. If you can, they share the link and
100%.
They can
subscribe to the YouTube channel so you get notifications on future shows.
The one thing I'm going to preface for everybody here watching this, if you're new to our work and you're new to real transformation, a lot of times you watch something like this and you're like, but I don't get it. She's still there. Her business isn't built. The shift happens in our minds. We have to condition ourselves as people to allow the shift to take hold and give it enough runway and room to get where we want to go.
Yep.
So Debbie doesn't instantly get ourselves to just go do the assignment. Ian doesn't instantly become that confident beast that does the things he needs to do in his new business. We have to realize the shift first happens, the language shifts, the script changes, and the typecast goes away. So we are typecasted currently. Like Jennifer's typecasted to run a successful, probably multi-million-dollar business in the health space.
Right.
She's not typecast and to dream about the things she wants. When we change the typecast and we change the script, we then start acting a little different. And it's no different. So look at it like the movies. If you want to be Liam Neeson and stop being the guy that just goes and unique set of skills.
Why are you playing the character of an extra right now if you could be the main character?
Bingo.
The other thing, again, at this that has been a theme throughout the show has been just these small 1% advantages. Like I think sometimes we're looking for these massive advantages, and sometimes you get those too. And there's probably a couple of these in the show. But if you stack a bunch of just 1% advantages throughout the rest of the day, if you're talking about something in the past, say up until now, so Michael refrained when he was talking with people when they're talking about their challenges. That was a challenge up until now. That's a 1% advantage. How can I do that instead of how can they do that? That's a 1% advantage.
AAA.
Yep, AAA. That's a 1% advantage. So start thinking to yourself as you move throughout today and into the weekend. Use these things. You talk about this a lot on how. This is just one. We can do another question. I have one more question for you, and it's like, why is it that people can like hear this information? Right? There's a difference between the information versus like what's more important. There's this distinction, right? Like they actually have to. It's one thing to be like, oh, aha, that's an aha moment for me, but it's another thing to just they gotta actually use it, right?
Yep.
Yep.
A lot of people, they look at personal development because it feels good.
Yep.
And you do need that part. Like I'm telling you, it's always 10-1. 10-1, I learned this from Jim Rohn, one of my mentors. He said 10-1, and he said, if you read a book 10 pages, you'll move forward 1 step.
Right.
If you read a negative thing 1 page, you move back 10 steps. You watch 1 minute of the news, you walk back 10 steps. Right. You have to watch 10 minutes of positive to undo, because the mind isn't negative. It's just, it doesn't seek valid positive as much as it seeks protection. 4 people in a row want to protect themselves. It's just whatever it is, that's what they're doing. I want to do what's easy and safe. So 1 is listening to this, hearing it, and looking for something that feels good. Number 2 is accepting the answer. Folks, I'm not a proponent that you need to sit there and write goals for the rest of your life, but if you don't have a goal, you're going somewhere. You have a goal, you just don't realize you have. We need, as people, to do the little things, and it's the little shifts that make the major difference. It's sometimes not the sexy answer. And a lot of times when you watch people get a major change and somebody like cures somebody of something or gets them over, it's, oh man, it's a spectacle.
Right.
The bigger shift is the littlest thing in the world. Like, you know what's interesting? I've learned how to settle myself and not get bothered by stuff. Project that out through a period of a lifetime. Not being bothered is you don't even see it. You can feel it, is 10 times stronger than, oh, I made $100 million. That stuff comes and goes. Becoming the person that can actually do it, that's what makes the difference.
So small hinges that swing the big doors.
Huge. We do one more question
Yeah, I was gonna say,
one
you
more.
up for one more?
I could do one. I could do one more.
We gotta see some. If we're gonna do one more question, we have to
get
see some excitement
some
in the
likes,
chat. I want to see some
comments.
likes, some subscribes, some fire emojis.
I'd like some people to take this, share it to Facebook, share it to Instagram, share it to LinkedIn. Like right now, grab the show, literally share it on your wall, and go, I'm listening to this right now. That would be awesome, and potentially a takeaway would be great. And we do have another person in the queue. And if you don't get selected today, we love you. You'll be first in line for next week, correct? And future shows, and you just got to make sure you can show up and be there. So
it's great.
Are they giving us? Are we getting some love?
We're getting some love. We're getting some hearts. We're getting some likes. Ashley says that she's shortly going to be booking her flight to Core.
Great.
So that's exciting. Ashley,
Nice.
we're excited for you to join us at Core.
We're going to be at the DoubleTree again, the Paradise Valley.
And they've just completed a new $100 million renovation. The DoubleTree is going to be awesome. So it's a great venue.
And if you can't get there, there's the Embassy Suites next door and the Hilton down the street if you can't get a room, but do the DoubleTree first. Stay on property.
One person, we'll get to one more. What were the 3 A's again, Michael? We have a couple of people
Got
asking.
it. It is the assignment, the authority to do it. It is the authority. Like I give myself the authority to do this. The assignment is what the actual assignment is. Clarity on the assignment. And the third thing is the ability to give yourself accountability. When does this have to be done by, and how does it work? That's a big difference.
Assignment, authority, accountability.
And I would say authority would be first to take down the assignment. You can do this. I'm going to allow myself to do this. Here's the assignment, and here's what needs to be done by. And if we don't get good at that, don't go apply quitting drinking to that. Don't give your hardest thing. Give it little things. Write down little things. Be amazed. You become a person that lives that way, you know you live a different life. If you're ready for it, you'll shift. Take one more quick one.
Let's take one more. We're going to bring out Jerame King.
Jeremy King.
Jeremy King. Also another Scottsdale, well, not Scottsdale, but from Arizona.
What's going on, Jeremy? How can I serve you today? You got a question? You're on mute, my friend. You are muted and we cannot hear you. That's my radio voice.
We'll give a second for
we'll give a second.
Jeremy.
Maybe our tech team can help you.
We'll move on.
It'll be your lower left-hand corner. There should be a mute button and an unmute button. It would be on your side, Jeremy, not on our side.
A lot of great comments on YouTube where Jeremy's figuring that out, but a lot of people resonate with Jennifer's share. Actually, we have DG Glowman saying it helped me tremendously, and keep on sounding up. But okay, we got Jeremy.
Jeremy, question.
About 6 years ago, I chose resurrection for my life, and it's been great. People that knew me before barely recognize me now. The thing is, I seem to find this persistent little piece of the limiting belief around money and success. And it's not like I don't know how to root these things out, but I still feel really stuck. And
how would someone know they have a limiting belief around money and success? And then the reason I'm asking you the question is nobody knows ever anything called a limiting belief till they go to a seminar, they go see a therapist, think of a limiting belief. So like, how would you know, like, oh, I must have a limiting belief around it? Is that like a guess? Like, that's like me saying, man, I got some weird things happening. I need to sage my apartment when I was like 19, where did I come up with that? Like, I don't know. So prove it to me that you have a limiting belief around money.
I'm looking at my finances and the current level of money in my life, and it's nowhere close to not only stable, but what I would believe I deserve. So something is stuck.
So what do you believe? What do you believe that you deserve?
That is a great question. I deserve to be able to live my life the best I can and make an impact, and something feels off.
Okay, so a couple years back, you made a decision, you changed your life, you felt great, you were in hell and got yourself found, correct?
Yeah.
Great, that's awesome. So one of your biggest wins in life came from being in a bad spot, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. So your biggest win in life came from being in a terrible spot. So something happened, and what is the story around what happened? How did you change?
I started doing men's work, started dealing with the real me and the stuff that was stuck, using all the great terms. And then I met the love of my life, and the relationship we have has allowed for so much more to grow. So I'm just wondering where
what you're saying intentionally is a good thing to know is you don't really have exactly a limiting belief. What you do is you have language that's limiting you from getting what you want. So I believe that you think you changed your life and you did such a great job and everything got so much better years ago, correct?
Yes.
Great. And you got here. What you didn't do is realize you still got some work to do. I know you know that intellectually, but you've got some work to do on what it is that you need. So it isn't that you're not willing to work hard. No different than Debbie's thing about tasks and goals. My question for you is, what are you not doing that you should be doing that would give you more money? For instance, I was not doing this show. The show is not here for money. It's here to serve and help. It makes me feel more alive. What are you not doing that you should be doing? Let's just do one task at a time. What would produce more economics for you that you're just physically not doing? I have so many people that go, like, I'm one of these people, like, I don't relate. I understand, but I don't relate. I don't allow myself to not financially be where I want to be. I don't allow myself to, it's painful to sit in the back of the plane if I ever had to and fly Southwest. It would be painful for me. I just don't allow myself to do certain things because I recondition my body. That is a different thing. So what is it little that if you would do this would produce more economics for you? You self-employed?
Yes.
Okay. So what would produce an extra 5, 10, 15,000 bucks a month for you?
Getting out much more, be much more public, be more front facing, and let people get to know what it is that I do.
Good. So we can either hide behind a money issue or I've got to get myself out there. What am I doing today? Am I getting myself out there?
Today I am, yes.
No, me.
Yes, you are. Absolutely.
Okay.
I love this.
Okay. You have known of me for a while and you've been to events and you've seen me. Have I ever done this exactly before?
No.
Very good. This is important because we wanted to get ourselves out there in more of a format that worked for me. So is it that you have a belief around money, or you need to allow yourself to get out there, because the only way you're going to make it happen is to get out there around different groups of people in different ways. And you need to admit that you need to get better at that.
That's it.
I think you're good with people. I don't think you're exceptional with people. And I think you need to accept that. I think that's a tough pill to swallow, because you're a likable guy and a nice guy, but maybe been a hermit for a little while. Maybe it stayed in your little zone. Maybe you hide behind the creative artist or whatever it is that you say we are, versus what if it's something as simple as, you know what, I'm going to dedicate myself to, remember the thing earlier? Here's what I'm going to give myself the authority to get out there more. Different people in new ways. And in the next 90 days, I am going to meet and get around at least 1,000 new people and get better with people.
Yes, I can do that.
But that's not what
Thank
you've
you.
been doing, is it?
No, not at all. No, the hermit thing has been very active.
Well, hermits have money issues because they can't use it. They can't cash it. It's not good. I mean, you're like, I always tell everybody, for years, we treated our business like it was a McDonald's underground with no golden arches, buried in a bunker. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't let anybody know what we were doing. So you can't even attract more money if you don't get around where the money is. So write this down. Where's the money? Out there. 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 You got to get out there to get the money, because the money ain't in here. And this whole thing, I'm going to get it to come to me, and influencer world and BS that you're getting trained online. Stop it. Money's out there. Got to get out there. Got it? This is great. This is like a common theme. Highly functioning, highly successful people. Everybody's doing well. Top performers. The guy's great at what he does and not getting out to the level he needs. This is a thing. So I know we got to wrap here in a couple minutes. I could do this all day.
This was great.
This is like core, but not.
This is so good. And, speaking of core, again, if you got value from this, imagine 2.5 days with Michael. This was just over an hour, more like 45 minutes answering
with
questions.
Strategies.
Yeah, with strategies. And
just even night one on how to literally allow yourself to feel confident anytime you want. They can have that. They can just come to night one. They'll come to all 3 days. But
the level of intentionality that you put to your events is unlike anything I've ever seen. You really have to experience it, because it is an experience. It's not just an event. So we'll put up on the screen one more time, michaelbernoff.com/core live, or go ahead and text core to the call-in number or to the text-in number 480-800-8051, and we can have the team text you some information, give you a call, share with you what it's all about. But we'll have to give some final takeaways to people in the chat before we wrap up. What was a takeaway or two? I mean, I'm telling you, we have a new concept on our authority, assignment, accountability. That's really resonating with people. I'm seeing a ton of people.
Right, AAA, really man. Big. Yeah, AAA in hockey, you want to get the AAA. Yeah. And hockey is like AAA is right before the pros.
Let's see those AAAs in the chat.
Yeah, give me AAA.
Give us AAA.
Yeah.
But every Friday, Michael.
We're committed. It'll be every Friday live show. If for some reason we're traveling, we'll figure that out.
We'll announce that.
And we'll announce that. So, couple things. I'm an honor, Jim Rohn, as I say this, because he used to say sharing ideas that matter with people that care. And that's one of the things Jim always used to say. I get up, share ideas that matter with people that
Jim
care.
was one of your mentors, right?
Yeah, one of my mentors. Yeah, I love it. I get excited about it. It's when I think about it, because when I first heard about changing your philosophy, change your life, I didn't realize that it isn't a one-time thing. It's a multitude of philosophies, and even a philosophy of how we were sharing information, this format versus even just doing a podcast, which we're still going to do podcasts, and we're going to have different guests on. And over the course, you and I have a whole, just so all of you know that are here for the first time we're doing this, Jay and I got an entire plan together. We're going to be bringing in experts. We're going to be talking AI. We're going to be talking success. We're going to be talking, I'm going to bring in some of the top people we know. We're going to have guests. We're going to shoot this in even a different setting. And what's exciting about isn't just you, it's the ripple effect. It is the ripple effect of how much this is going to matter for the people in people's lives, because we're a community of people that are committed to the quality of their life, but also committed to the quality of the lives of people around them. So once we get ourselves working better, man, the impact is massive. So
it's gonna be a massive.
Anything else online, and then subscribe to YouTube right away. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the notify button, and then do share this with a couple people you care about. We do ask for your guidance here to make a difference in the world, which is very simple. You just take your little thing and you go share, copy, paste on their wall, or text this to somebody. The more we can share this, the more we can overload, because we live in a world today that's obsessively, the algorithm is designed to watch dumb like cat videos and to watch videos of people like people falling or people horrible stuff. Let's get people how to live correctly, and it's going to require all of us to be able to do that.
Let's change people's feeds. We need your assistance to get this message out to more people. If you relate to it, connect to it, subscribe, share it. Right, it's hard to outwork your environment. You don't want to be fighting against your environment. Get the other people on board on your team. Collectively work on this. So this was great, Michael. I'm excited for this moving forward. Any final words before we end the stream?
No, anything else online? Anything else somebody wants to share?
We're getting a bunch of AAAs, Tara AAA, Ariane AAA, Mato AAA, Ronald AAA.
Nice.
So people are loving the
AAAs.
AAAs. Sherry says the money mindset part was actually huge. That was the biggest for Sherry. So I'm really glad we took that last question. The money mindset part actually.
I want to undo what a lot of these coaches, these BS coaches and therapists are sharing with people. I just want to undo it because the first thing they always ask is, what's wrong? Right. And the first thing I ask is, what do you want? And we need to spend a lot more time on what we want versus what's wrong. So when you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, it should be, what do I want? Not what's wrong. And that is my outcome in the next 6 months. My desire is to get an entire group of people that continually are part of this work. And that's what happens when you come to core. You stop being a person that says, what's wrong or what do I need to do versus what do I want? And when we become a what do we want, that's when your world starts to shift. So this was an honor. I'm really thankful for everybody that shared. You guys are amazing. Shout out to all of them. I mean, shout out to our team for getting the show going, and let's continue to rock and roll. So any of the final thoughts? And we're not saying goodbye. We're saying hello.
I was going to say, this is just the start. This is hello, and we're excited for many more shows to come. So we'd love to feature your question next time.
Yep.
And
they can ask them now. Keep on plugging them in.
Not only are you going to get value yourself asking a question, but you're going to help a ton of other people in the process. Because how many of y'all recognize that even if you didn't ask a question, you got a ton of value because we can relate. So it's not even just about you. You're helping others by even asking questions. So we want to speak with you next time. And it really was an honor to be on here, Michael, and excited for what we're doing here. It's big.
I'm excited about it. And I'll say one more thing. With the rapid fire questions that we're going to do next time are going to be also added to. So if you go to the send and ask and you say like whether you're going to be on or not and you ask the question, Jaden's going to rip off 3 or 4 questions without having a talk, and boom, we will have those as well. So even if you don't make the show, you will then get a shout out. You'll get rapid fire asks.
Yep.
It is going to be your lightning round. So all right, guys, last final thoughts is this. Remember these very, very important words. Average sucks. Live that way. And I want to thank you for being on the Michael Bernoff Show. I'm excited that you are a person that is committed to the quality of your life. It is committed to the quality of the lives of people around you. I want to thank our entire team, Team Bernoff, our co-host, Jaden Easton here right now. And thank you, most importantly, those of you watching, subscribing, and being part of our world, because none of this is possible without you. And remember, the people in your life deserve to have a better version of you. Show them what's possible, show them what's out there, and start living the life you want now.
See you next week, everyone.